Welcome to episode 15 of the Moms That Read podcast. I'm Katarina.
I'm McKenzie.
And I'm Kaylee, and we're going to be talking about all of the books we've recently read that we think are overhyped or appropriately hyped.
Or underhyped.
Or underhyped, yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like this whole started because of book talk. Like TikTok
Yeah.
really has fueled this whole like,
Should you read it?
should you read it? Should you not? Yeah. And I think
Yes,
that's
no, maybe.
convinced a lot of people to either read it or to not read it or end up hating it if they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to
But
give us our takes.
These are all our opinion.
Yeah. Do you want to do recent reads
So,
first?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just read Catherine Cowell's Fragile Sanctuary, and I'm trying really hard to get one of y'all to read a Catherine Cowell's
Maybe
book.
eventually. I've got so many
Yeah.
things I got to read right now.
She just writes a whole lot of romantic suspense. And I think she has 3 series out, but this is her newest one, and I think it's the most popular one that I've seen people talking
She
about.
has a singular book.
Uh-huh.
All the Missing Pieces?
Yes.
Is that in a series?
I think it's a standalone that goes along with
Because that one's really
Fragile
popular.
Sanctuary, or with the Sparrowfall series.
Okay.
Because I think the guy,
It's a totally different cover, though.
I think the guy who's in the first one, I think he's a piece of All the Missing Pieces. So,
Okay. So I've
Is
seen
Fragile
that one.
Sanctuary a standalone or is it a series?
They're all interconnected standalones.
Okay.
So, yeah. The main character in Fragile Sanctuary, it basically goes along her whole family. And they're
Okay.
all, like, adopted.
Oh.
So, it's fun.
I've never read a romance thriller, but like
No, me either.
I've watched movies that are like that.
Yeah,
and I
well,
love them.
Y'all know I don't really care for thrillers because
Oh, I love a thriller.
anxiety, but, like, romance thriller I can get behind because there's enough
Romance.
Right.
plot. It's like romance with a subplot of thriller.
See, I like that.
Yeah.
I can't believe I've never read anything like
That's
that.
kind of like the things we leave. No. The things we never got over.
Okay.
Kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, there's
Kinda.
that like mystery subplot
Yeah.
underneath it, but
The first one, Fragile Sanctuary, is more of like a murder mystery
oh,
type thing with
Oh.
a serial killer.
oh,
It's
fun.
interesting.
It's fun.
that.
Okay,
You just need to read
I'm
her
here
stuff.
for it.
nice. I just finished Legendary by Stephanie Garber, which is the Caraval series.
Mm-hmm.
It's the second one. I'm trying to finish series, so I was like, I read Caraval a couple years ago, didn't like it, but I didn't like fantasy then, so I was like, I'm
That's
gonna try it again.
All over book talk right now.
Yeah, and it's not even that new. Like I literally
Oh.
read it
Yeah.
years ago.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't like it. I 2-starred it. I was like, I'm gonna try it again now that I like fantasy. I've gotten into it, and I still didn't like it. So I'm like, maybe I just don't like this series.
Yeah.
But I've also read 2 out of 3, and I'm like, should I just finish it at this point?
Is it completed at 3?
It is completed. There's 3.5. There's this
Okay.
novella. The problem is she has another series that's more popular and apparently better, but you have to read the series first. And I really
Which
want to read the
series?
other series, The Ballad of Never After.
I've
you
not
heard of
heard.
it?
I've not heard of
I
that
think I've
one.
heard of it, but I mean,
I've
if
heard
you're
it's
so close to
better.
finishing it, I say go for it, especially if you want to read the other
I know.
one.
Yeah.
I know.
Or either just Spark Notes, the third book, and figure out
Kaylee
what
I don't want to
does.
read the novella because I love
That's
novella.
Kaylee's like go-to.
Yeah.
I mean, if
So-
you don't really like it, just look up the important plot parts.
And see if the second series is better.
Yeah.
I know. I've heard that series is incredible. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know. But also people say Caraval is incredible and I just haven't liked it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Well, I just finished Yours Truly
Mm-hmm.
by Abby Jimenez. That was my TBR jar pool, and I was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So
a good
6-star
one.
read for me.
I
Like
love it.
Really?
I loved it. I audibly laughed out loud listening
times.
to it
Most of her
multiple
books, I feel
times.
like-
Like,
laugh.
and I also was just thinking, the girl and the guy. Like, I feel like my brain is a blend of both of them. Like
Yeah.
my brain thinks like him, but I
Yeah.
also like think like her. And I was like, this is so relatable. And the plot twist at the end, like it was good. It was so good. I loved it.
I think you'll love all of her
Yeah.
books.
Okay,
They're
I'm
so
excited. I
good.
have friends on Hoopla right now.
You
Like,
need to
I'm
read
gonna add it.
the Fall Risk because it's like 2
Oh
hours.
yeah, she told me it was on Kindle Unlimited,
So
so I
good.
just
You
did
can
it.
listen to it to
Yeah,
it
I'll
also.
listen to it. I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
So good.
You could probably listen to it in a day.
I
Oh,
probably could. Like
yeah.
I drive
Honestly.
45.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably do it.
It's
I'm
really,
going
really
It
good.
was so cute.
It is
Yeah.
cute. All right. So we're going to jump in.
Yeah.
I have a fun one to start with, is all that I
Okay.
finished this morning.
That you finished this morning.
This morning.
Oh, the new one.
Say You'll Remember Me
Oh.
by Abby Jimenez.
I saw your review. Appropriately hyped? Underhyped? Overhyped?
Overhyped.
Really?
Way overhyped. I mean, this was one of my most anticipated reads of the year because I love Abby Jimenez. Like,
Right.
I'm an Abby Jimenez stan. I have all of her books. I've read all of her books. And if you've listened to any of our podcasts, I praise Abby Jimenez.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably my least favorite book she's ever written.
Okay, is it in any of the other series? Or is it completely separate?
I think the characters were introduced in a past, I think just for the summer.
Okay.
But like
Who are
they
the
weren't,
characters?
it was Samantha.
Okay.
But the guy wasn't introduced, I don't think. I think it's Samantha. But I don't really remember her from Just for the Summer.
Yeah.
So I think
So is
she
it
was
part
like
of that series, though, technically?
No. I think
Okay.
all of her books kind of have like,
They're interconnected, but they're not. Like,
Yeah.
some people say you have to read them in order. I don't think you have to read them in order.
No.
I think they're individual enough that you don't have to.
so
Not your fave.
I didn't like it.
Okay.
I really wish she would have taken the fall risk and turned it into a big
book.
book.
I
and
agree.
Because this one would have been a great short story. Because
Is
like
it fluff?
it's just long distance, and how many times can you say I miss you over and
Right.
over and over and over again? No, our distance is 2,000 miles. Like it was just very repetitive,
Oh.
and I didn't really love the ending. I felt like it was very rushed at the end. It just wasn't
Her best.
Abby Jimenez.
Okay.
It didn't.
Did it feel like she just threw a book out to throw a book out?
I don't know that she just. I don't know what she was thinking. To be honest,
I was telling her this morning at like one of those author things. She announced that she has another book coming out soon that
Already?
she's been working on for 2 years. She said it's nothing
So
like
what's this book? She just
that. I need to find it.
Abby Jimenez has another book.
Mhm.
Interesting.
I don't know. I don't mind insta love, but it was very like love at first sight. And it was cute. I loved both of the main characters.
Yeah.
I did. Xavier, like, swoon. Loved him. But
Just the storyline
it's just
itself.
the plot was not good. The plot was
Yeah.
not an Abby Jimenez plot.
Maybe the hype will be appropriate once it's been out and people have actually read it. Like, I wonder if it's overhyped because people just love her, you know?
I think so. But I think if you've read a lot of her books, you're going to be disappointed.
That's depressing.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
Like,
so it's not on my list to read immediately.
like I won't go buy a copy of this book because I didn't love it. Like I normally go out and buy
Okay.
I have all of her. I just
Well,
not
from
my
what
fave.
I've seen on TikTok, you're not alone in
Yeah.
that thought. Like a lot of people are saying that
It's
there
just
was a bunch of
not-
hype around it and it did not
Mm-hmm.
live up
That's
to the
kind of
hype.
depressing.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, I wouldn't say don't read it. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it's hyped up a lot and it's not that great.
My first book that I read that we're going to talk about is The 7-Year Slip.
Oh yeah.
And I think we've had the same opinion. It's very overhyped. It was cute.
okay.
It was your typical like romantic comedy with like magical realism.
I
But
don't
like
think I like magical realism is the thing.
then you're not going to like Rebecca Searle.
What
I
is
don't know who
magical
that is.
realism?
Expiration dates. All of her books are magical realism.
Are they?
What is that?
But like that one, the 7-Year Slip just tripped me out because I just couldn't follow the plot line. It jumped from back and forth.
Yeah,
And that is the
yeah.
thing I hate.
It wasn't
books
even
that
back
do
and forth really though.
Well,
in
it
her
kind of was.
timeline it was the same.
Yeah, but then like she
It's
fell
weird.
in love with someone from that
7
lived
years
in the
ago.
apartment
So
7 years
not
ago.
fantasy, but
No, so basically the plot is this girl lives in this apartment and her grandmother had lived in it before and she says this apartment's special because it can slip you back in time 7 years when you go in. And so she goes into this apartment and 7 years ago this guy lives there and they end up meeting in time 7 years ago. And so every time they're in the apartment, it's 7 years in the past, but then she meets him in real life 7 years in his future.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I just
Oh, wow.
I
And
don't
the
think I
concept's
enjoyed
cute.
that.
Right.
I don't know. Everyone's
Huh.
like, oh my gosh, it's so good. And I was like, it was cute, but it was fine.
I saw, speaking of expiration dates, I saw someone post a review on it, and it seems like something that I'd like.
I've read 2 or 3 of her other books, and they're all magical
Yeah.
realism. So
Well, maybe I
They're
just didn't
short,
like that
so-
one because it was like flip floppy. I
Yeah, that's
couldn't
true.
keep up with it.
that's true. It was fine. Very overhyped, but
so I wouldn't like it.
I wouldn't bother with it.
That's good. Well, I guess on the overhype trend, we can just go ahead and talk about Quicksilver
Yeah.
being very overhyped.
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 I mean, I liked it, but it was overhyped.
But I think it's because people wanted to compare him to
Zayden. And he's not Zayden.
Zayden.
He is not. And he was a jerk.
Quite honestly, if I had not read a lot of fantasy before I read that, I probably would have liked it.
Oh yeah.
Correct.
But it's so similar to everything
If
that's out there that I was
had
just
have
like,
maybe waited later in the year to read it, I probably would have liked it.
that's fair too.
Like Onyx Storm is like on and done. Like my like lull from that is gone. I think I just read it at the wrong time.
I feel like 90% of the book was pieces of other books.
But because I love the end of it so much, like I wonder if I'm going to like Brimstone more because of where it's going to pick up at.
Yeah, I could see that.
I hope so.
Are you going to read Brimstone?
I'm going to read Brimstone. I like the last 30%. It's just I hated the first 70%.
I think we could do that for book club, honestly, since everyone in book club. That was our most active book club.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the beginning was just your everyday fantasy beginning. And that gets very tiring.
I'm very tired of it.
Because you're just like, I can't. They're
very,
all living
very
in a
tired of
desert
it.
with
This
no
thing
food
is
and water.
popping.
Every single one of them.
And then they go through a portal and it's like, oh my gosh,
Oh.
Fey world or whatever.
I have magic I didn't know that I had.
Yeah.
That's why I'm kind of tired of like, the more I read, the more I get tired of the boring romance. It's the same. And the boring fantasy, that's all the same. I'm like, I need something different.
Yeah.
I think that's why, and this I guess can lead into an underhyped was First Time Caller, BK
yeah.
Morrison,
'Cause
underhyped.
it was so different.
It was so different, and I loved everything about it.
Like I've seen it a little bit, but I haven't seen it near as much as I feel like it should be put out there. Like,
I think
also-
it's like one of the best romances of the year so far.
absolutely.
I
It's-
also have never seen anyone who didn't like it.
right.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like it is too good not to be read by like literally everybody on
Yeah.
TikTok. It is my favorite book that she has ever written. And like I love how the FMC has a different like stereotypical job.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so, if you loved Gilmore Girls, it is so Gilmore Girls coded.
It
like
is.
Luke Danes and Lorelai, and like it just feels like a comfort read. And I don't understand why people aren't like.
No, I did see a TikTok, and this girl was at like a bar in some big city, and she was interviewing people, and she was like, "What was your last 5-star read?" And probably 4 people said First Time Caller.
Right.
And I was like,
Gosh.
"Okay, I'm so glad that people are like hearing about it."
Appreciating
But
it. Oh, that's
See, I made the
interesting.
mistake of reading. Well, we'll just go into it. I read the mistake of reading First Time Caller and Metal Slinger. And
No,
the
nothing
same
else
month.
is gonna.
nothing's
Compare?
gonna top it.
And so now I have to compete for which one was my favorite of February. I don't know. They're both my
I have that problem in
favorite
March or
in
2
February.
success.
But Metal Slinger, I feel like, is severely underhyped.
I'm excited to read that.
I wanna read it.
That's on my, like,
Severely
immediate-
underhyped. It
Yeah.
is so good. Probably one of my favorite. It's like up there with One Dark Window.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's more. It's not as deep fantasy.
Yeah.
It's just like light fantasy,
See, I need that.
intro fantasy,
Like
but
Powerless,
it's
kind of.
different. Yeah,
But a different
it's
vibe.
it's kind of like Powerless, but more spice, but just like a little bit more spice. Not
Yeah.
it's just a little bit more adult than Powerless.
Did you see? Side note: what Lauren Roberts said about this next book? She said, "My mom's reading it. There's gonna be no spice."
Oh my gosh!
I was like, "I love that.
killing me,
That's so
Lauren.
funny."
I mean, honestly, they're so good they don't need spice.
No.
There's that is what I told someone who likes romance. I think I told him, I was like, if you're wanting to get into fantasy, I was like,
a good
Powerless
place
is
to
it,
start.
but it was so good. Like there was not even a kiss in the first book, and I devoured the book in 3 days.
So good.
Well, Metal Slinger, it's not like romance plot heavy. It's more like the plot is plotting the whole time, and then like when the twist happens, it's like something clicks in your brain, and you're like, oh my god, and then you see like the domino effect from like the beginning,
really?
and you're
Okay.
like, how did I not see that before? There's no way I shouldn't have seen that before. But then, I mean, it's just really good.
Oh, that's interesting. I cannot wait to read that book.
I'm hoping we
Cannot
can
wait.
possibly eventually maybe get her on the podcast.
Oh, that would be so good.
Rachel.
That'd be amazing.
If you're listening, Rachel.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So my next one is Sunrise on the Reaping, which I'm obsessed with.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it is very much appropriately hyped.
Yeah. It's hyped.
Oh my gosh. It is one of 2 6-star reads I've read this month. And it just put all the pieces together because I hated Haymitch in the first trilogy.
Yeah.
Did not like him. I thought he was a jerk. He was a drunk. But everything in that book makes it so clear why he is the way he is. And you're like, it makes sense now.
Yeah.
So from page 1 to the very end, like there was no break.
So is he like
It was
Kingfisher?
So good.
To where at the end you're like, I see why he was a jerk.
He's a lot more likable than Kingfisher.
Yeah.
Like even from the beginning of this book, you're like, I like him. Like he's really good. You just see why, without giving too much away, you see why he is the drunk that he is in the original trilogy.
See, I haven't seen Hunger Games since I was a kid. So like
we just rewatched it this
I
week.
kind of want to read it, but I don't know.
I think you would love it. It is amazing.
But I don't remember all of the Hunger Games
Go
stuff.
watch the movies and then
Yeah. I never have
It's
time
so
to watch
good.
movies.
I know. It is worth the read.
Yeah.
It is fantastic.
Do you think there will be more?
I don't know. You know what's interesting though? I was so obsessed with this book that I found a fanfic that I'm reading now that is really, really good. So I got I'm not super into fanfic, but I read Manacled. So I was like, are there Hunger Games ones? And this guy wrote, it's called The Victor's Project. And that's what I'm reading right now on the side. It's every single Hunger Games from like 1 to 75. He like wrote his own story for each person. And it is incredible. So I'm like, it's a great like addition to what I was reading. It was written right after the first trilogy, so some of the details aren't like updated with what Suzanne Collins had done, but it's fantastic. So
Interesting.
yeah,
I don't think I've ever read a fanfic.
I read Manacled is the only one other than this one, but this one's very, very good.
Yeah.
I think another appropriately hyped is Binding 13. We just had an episode about that.
Yeah, my thought on it is I think it's appropriately hyped, but I don't think people tell the trigger warnings well enough.
Yeah.
That is true. I
Like, it's just
went
like, read
into it thinking that it was not went into it, but like when I had heard people talking about it and classified it as a romance, I was like, oh, cool. And then
It was
I got into it and I was like, what? I'm crying. Like upset crying, not like happy crying.
I don't even know if I would put it in the straight romance
column.
I don't know.
It's
I don't
not.
either. But I feel like everyone's like, just read it. And I'm like, I wish someone would have just said, read it, but. You know what I mean?
Contemporary?
Yeah,
but
like it's more. I don't even think romance is the main plot.
No, it's not. It's barely in there. I
no.
mean, like the story between
interweaving.
them.
Yeah.
And now that I've read Keeping 13, like romance is like the underlying plot, but it's also like character development and like found family and like that's like the focus, not the romance.
Yeah.
And I just had a different opinion of it going in. Correct.
So I would say appropriately hyped with an asterisk.
Yes.
Like with a.
I will say after reading the end of Keeping 13, I really want to read Joey's story now.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised
Because I feel like it's gonna wreck me more than
I've seen
Shannon's
that,
did.
but I just cannot read it.
I'll get there.
You let me know how it is.
It took me
I'm done
forever
with
to
the
get through Keeping
series.
13. But after Joey's story, it's Claire and Gibbs's, and then the next one, it's rumored that it's not them.
No, it's 10. Who's 10?
Is it Huey?
I think so.
it is.
And people are saying that
He must
Huey's
become a
gonna end up
bigger
with
character.
Lizzie.
I don't like Lizzie.
But she's got to have a redemption story. Like
Is she worse than Keeping 13?
So much. Yes, between her and Gibbsy, like they're not okay together.
I don't like her.
But so much is being said, just like thrown out when they're insulting each other, that you're reading it like, what are they talking about? Like what? And I have no idea what it's talking about because it's history that we don't know because I haven't read their books.
So maybe it's going to go back and interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll probably read them at some point. I liked it.
I know I talked about this book at the beginning of this podcast, but we're going to just talk about the Hall Sparrow Falls
Catherine Cowles.
Yeah, Catherine Cowles. I think it's very underhyped. I don't think she's as hyped as
She should be.
she should be at all.
What made you read her? Because that didn't seem like something you would read.
There was a girl on TikTok. I think her name's like Queen Bee.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, she kept talking about her, so I was like, okay, I'll read it. Like I did not look up anything about these books. You know, I just go in blind.
You just went into it,
I just went in blind, and so I started reading it,
And you're like, oh.
and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, they
see what the
died.
hype is.
Oh my god, they died. And then and then I got hooked, and then I binged all 4 books in a week.
I can't do that.
Oh
That doesn't
my
bother you.
gosh.
I mean, normally
I have to swap.
Well, normally I do,
And you just were
and
like,
I couldn't. I had to figure out what happened.
are there 4 books in that series?
There's 4 of 6 already out.
6.
Oh.
Okay.
And the
so you read
other
half of it.
2 come out this year.
Back to back.
back to back.
Okay.
Interesting.
So I just ate them up. Literally, I could not stop reading them. I would stay up till like 1 a.m. trying to figure out who the heck did it, and then I was wrong every time.
6-star?
I would say it's 6-star because there was still
close.
some of the things in there I was kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
Like, some of it was kind of unrealistic, but I think that's kind of like every thriller,
Yeah.
you know? So I'm not going to give it 6 stars, but it is definitely a solid 5-star series.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
absolutely.
I'm going to say Blood Over Brighthaven, which I don't really know how to rank this one because I think it's appropriately hyped.
Mm-hmm.
It's not I don't think it's overhyped at all. And I don't think everyone would like it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think like The Lost Book of Jess, loved it.
Yeah.
Like was obsessed. And I was like, I feel like her and I have really similar taste. So
Yeah.
I read it, loved it, but I would never suggest it to either of y'all.
Yeah.
So I think the fact that it's not overhyped is probably good. I think it's like perfect for the type of people who would read it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I thought it was great. It's got one of the best twists I've ever seen.
Just wait till you
But-
read Metal Slinger.
I know. I'm so excited. She loved that one too.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
She's
So-
the one who actually got me to like dive
Yeah.
into it.
She also was obsessed with Sunrise on the Reaping.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
So like we're like the same person.
Okay, so another underhyped, and I'll have to thank Katarina for this one, is One True Loves, which
Yes.
we found out is a movie
Yeah.
on Disney Plus,
It is.
and it came out
Nuh-uh.
in
It is.
2023.
No way.
Yes.
We
So-
need a movie night once you finish.
Underhyped for sure.
Yeah.
Underhyped, yeah, like one of the best
gosh.
stories that I've read in a long time.
I love that there's so much conversation you can have about it.
Oh
Like,
gosh, yes. And just like, yes, it's romance and there's like this thing happening, but like the way she talks about grief
Yeah.
just crushed me. It was beautifully written.
So
It was.
good.
It was so good, and I want to watch the movie.
Did
so
you
bad.
listen to it?
I listened to it,
I'm listening to it.
and I was like driving in the
loved
car,
it.
like crying all the way to
It's
school.
not
I
even
was
my
like,
favorite of hers.
I was crying on my way
Really?
over
Yeah.
here because he had just read the letter and walked up to her, and then I was like, and he's like, I know we can't, you know.
Yeah.
And then I was like, crying.
Was that Jesse or Sam?
Jesse. I have
you like
45
him?
minutes. I like him, and I
Do you see
understand
why-
where he
Yes.
is coming from,
Yeah.
but
So you're like a mix of both of our opinions.
yeah, I'm like a mix. Like, I understand him, and I see where he's coming from, but I didn't want them to be together.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Like, because
I
she's
just
not the
can't-
same person now.
I can't imagine from his perspective how that would feel.
For sure.
You
For
know?
sure.
Like I
This is-
feel so.
We're
Okay, I
thinking
actually
that
did see
that's
that.
Jesse
Oh,
and
100%. 100%.
I was like,
Yeah.
he gives off Jesse vibes.
Yeah. That's
Hardcore.
funny. Yeah, it's
No,
not my
I for
favorite
sure
of hers,
see
so y'all need
that.
to read more of her stuff.
I did add.
Seven Husbands
think
is amazing.
I added another one to my
I've read all
shelf
of them. Which
of
book was it?
hers.
I haven't looked to see any more of hers yet, but that was my
Hers are-
first by
they're
Taylor
so good.
Jenkins read.
I feel like she writes very differently than most of your romance authors.
Yeah.
It's
No,
a
it
very
was
different
good.
style.
I feel like my mom would really like that book.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
I
so
need to
good.
get her to read it.
It's really good.
But I'm trying to get her to read any other books, and it's just like pulling teeth to get my mom to read.
That's funny. She has a new book coming out this month. Maybe
Oh.
maybe this Tuesday. It's called Atmosphere. I don't know anything about it,
Ooh.
but I'm gonna read it. She hasn't released a
Oh
book.
no, that one was one that I signed up for.
Yeah, she hasn't put a book out in 3 years. Oh, June. Okay.
3rd.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's her new one.
Interesting.
Another book I think is underhyped, or maybe appropriately hyped. I don't know. I've seen a little bit about it, but not like a ton. The Book of Azrael.
Oh yeah.
Like, I've seen it,
I haven't seen it other than what you've said.
but so then I'd say underhyped
Yeah,
because
probably.
it's a dark romantasy, and I loved it.
You
I
would
loved
probably like Anathema, honestly.
I probably
It's got
would.
the same feel.
I've been seeing it everywhere, and I need to read it.
Which one? Anathema?
Anathema.
It's heavy, as in like really intricate, and you have to think. It's not one that you can just kind of like read.
Right.
Well, I
But-
think the dark portion of the Book of Azrael,
Is what you
the
liked.
relationship is such a green flag.
Yeah.
I think the events surrounding them is what the dark portion
Yeah.
was. But I haven't seen it out, and I gave it 5 stars. I could not put it down.
So
it was very
underhyped.
different. It's like you were talking about, all fantasies are the same.
Mm-hmm.
This is different because she starts out not poor. She's a
Oh.
slave.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to add it.
Would I like it?
I think
Would I like it?
I've
Maybe.
seen
I
it.
think you would because
Okay.
it's like gods,
Yeah.
and then it's like celestials, humans, and all. But like she is, I think you would really like it because you like it when gods are like included.
I do.
I think you would like it because it's different.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
it's
not your same.
Your typical, and it's not spicy.
Okay.
Katarina,
Sign me up.
Like there is one scene in it
Okay.
total in the whole book. So
Okay.
Wow.
See, I think Powerless proves to me that you don't need that to have a good
No,
book.
if you can have good banter and
Good.
like, for me, it's the tension between the two that honestly,
Yeah.
I'm just like, I will eat this
Yep.
up. Just the tension between the characters.
Powerless would have been a really good book club book.
yeah.
But
It would have.
Well,
there's a lot to
okay.
talk about.
She is a human,
okay.
but she's given a power by a god. So she doesn't
Interesting.
have like an underlying power. She
Yeah.
was made this way.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Like
fun.
getting dipped into the cauldron.
Kind of, yeah. Kind of.
Interesting. All
I
right.
like that.
The Great Alone. I don't know what I would say about this book.
Really?
I don't know. Do you guys see it on social media a lot?
I see
No.
a lot of Kristen Hannah. I've seen a bunch
Yeah.
of Great Alone.
Okay, so maybe appropriately
Yeah.
hyped. I thought it was just incredible. So I feel like, honestly, unless you don't like heavy, I feel like most people would like this book. So
Yeah.
I feel like it's appropriately hyped, if not a little underhyped, because I don't really see it everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit older. It's not one of her newer ones. So
Is it? I thought it was new.
no,
Maybe it's just coming into the light.
yeah, 2019.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not new. Sounds new, but that was actually 6
Her
years
newer
ago.
ones. The Women is her newest one, and that was
Yes,
last year,
I
last
have that
February.
one.
That just came out. Oh, I thought that
over
was
a year
like an
ago.
older book.
I have that one. I just haven't read it.
It was not my favorite of hers. It was good, but it wasn't my
Yeah.
favorite. I think it's up there.
I was
Yeah,
about
it
to
is.
say, yeah, it is up there.
I think I brought it here.
No, it's
Or was
mine.
that yours?
Yeah. I got it for $2 at the library. I was like, heck yeah, I've already read it.
So another overhyped series that I ended up not finishing because I was just like, ugh, this is so annoying, was the Twisted series.
Oh, I hated it.
You read those
The
books?
first book, and then I did
Oh,
not read the
Oh,
next.
that's the one by
gosh.
Anna Wong or
Yeah.
whatever
Wong,
that
yeah.
she was reading it, and I remember one Wednesday night.
Yep.
She was like, I cannot read
Yes.
the rest
Oh,
of this series.
Did you finish the book?
Yeah, and they did it in an apple orchard.
That's the one with the apple orchard? Yeah. Oh, you're right. Oh, I remember that
Because
now.
part of me is like
Okay.
an epilogue. I expect like a marriage or
Right.
like kids.
I
I don't
remember
want
you-
that in
Oh,
my
my
epilogue.
gosh,
Like, give
I
me some
remember you
plot.
talking about that now.
And I was like, I'm not reading the rest of these.
Well, then I read the second one, and I think I
Who's
liked
that one
it.
about?
Was
The
this
brother?
Oh no, it's the bodyguard and the like rich girl, like the
Okay.
the royal
Yeah.
like girl
Yeah,
that's in
yeah,
the
yeah.
royal family.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because that is not to me. Like, I don't think that it is romance, but like not the romance that I like.
Mm-hmm.
I need some like substance and
Yeah.
not just like, oh, I've seen you for 48 hours and I want you. Like
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
I can't.
That
I'm just
insta
like-
love, that I hate.
and I
that.
listened to them, and I think they were short, which is why I was like, oh, I'll just listen to them. And that was when I was like getting back into reading, and I was trying to find something, and I saw this everywhere.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
was like, okay, I'll read this.
It's just
I've seen
straight
it everywhere. I just
It's straight spice. Like, I mean, there is a little bit of it's like 30, 70,
I
like
don't think I
30%
can read
plot.
that.
She has a lot of books out there too, and they're all popular. And I'm like,
Don't she
dang.
have a
The
new
King of
like
Greed
sports
series?
one out
I
or
don't
something
know.
like the
Probably.
Striker or something?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That
yeah.
is her.
I
Yeah.
saw that.
Yeah, no,
I was
I
like,
did not
no,
like that one.
There's so much better romance out there. Like, I mean, obviously, if that's your cup of tea, it was probably good for you, but for me, it was very overhyped. I was like,
Yeah,
I did not
agreed.
like this.
Speaking of overhyped,
Oh gosh, what you got?
the Knock 'Em Out series, things we never.
Yeah,
got
I do
over.
agree with that. They're not that popular anymore, but they were.
I still see them
Really?
everywhere, and like
I've not.
I read it
those.
years ago.
let's see how many.
Is that Lucy Score?
It's got almost 1 million ratings on
what?
Goodreads.
Was not my fave.
It sucked. I hated it. It was not good. Well, okay, I liked the side characters.
Yeah, who were then in the other books, but
I just
I like the
didn't
subplot.
Yeah,
Not a Knox fan.
Not a Knox fan. See, okay, Catherine Cowles is kind of because there was like that little subplot
Yeah.
of
of the hostage. And
Hostage.
yeah.
It's kind of like that.
See, I liked that part of it.
But Catherine Cowles does it correctly.
And doesn't have a terrible MMC.
So, all of her MMCs,
Likeable MMC.
I've loved. Okay. Much better. And there's a
So I
hockey
probably
one
would
in
like
there.
that. Yeah.
And there's a hockey one in there.
Oh.
But it's hockey. It's done right. Like, I think you'd
Yeah.
like that one.
Yeah.
Because it's hockey, like, subplot.
Okay.
So, but Knock 'em Out series was not worth it. If you have not read it, don't bother picking it up.
I've heard really good things about her new book that just came out.
Story of my life.
Story of my
I
life.
have it.
Do you?
I just haven't read
It's
it.
pretty.
I've heard
That's why I bought it.
really-
It's thick though, isn't it? All her books are so
Is
thick.
It's so big.
Her books are like 600
It's already got a
pages.
4 point. It's already got 22,000 ratings.
I'm not
Yeah.
surprised.
And
How
it's
many
a
pages
4.3.
is this one?
Oh, that one's like 600.
The Things We Never Got Over was 600 pages.
Yeah.
How do you look at
Her
the
books are
pages? Doesn't it tell
Go to
you?
editions. Right there. 528.
528.
Yeah, they're all
Wow.
long.
Well, I have
They're
it.
But I've heard it's really good.
Yeah.
I'm hit or miss on her stuff. Some stuff I'm like, oh, that's good. I don't think any of her stuff is like 5-star, but like they're fine. You know?
Yeah.
What? I feel
But then
like
some
I've
is-
read something of hers. And I just
Probably
don't.
have.
Yeah, you probably have. She has a lot of books.
I was reading stuff. Oh, The Christmas Fix.
Oh yeah.
Did I read this? I think so.
I've heard that one's meh.
I have read that one. It was cute.
Yeah.
It's cute.
10 Year Mind was really good.
I hadn't read that one. Yet.
That was probably my favorite so far. But
Yeah.
I just have this thing with Lucy where I don't like her
MMCs.
men that she writes.
She must have a very different taste.
Yeah.
I
But I
can't-
like the plot in her books, though.
Yeah,
Is
same.
the thing.
Yeah.
I love the plot. I just don't really like the
The
men.
itself, yeah.
So I read them, but then I don't like. I like them. I just don't love them.
Yeah.
You know?
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I read Phantasma at the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
And I think it is highly it's overhyped. It's very similar to Caraval, which I just said I didn't love.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot darker and it's like more paranormal. And I see why people would like it. But I just didn't like it. I thought it was I thought the game, so it's games and trials. And I thought the games were really good. But the rest of it, I was like, this is redone Caraval. And I just didn't like Caraval.
Which one
So,
came out first?
Caraval. Phantasma's like this year
Oh, okay.
or last year. Yeah. Caraval is like years ago, like probably 5 or 6 years old.
Right.
So
Oh, wow.
it's kind of interesting. Not a fan. Yeah, I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but I was not a fan.
No,
I've seen that.
Phantasma.
I've seen Caraval more than I've seen Phantasma.
You might see Phantasma more. The second book came out like in this book of the month.
Oh, it was
Enchantra.
Enchantra, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I've seen Phantasma a pretty good bit. I don't remember anything about it.
Most people love it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen anyone other than me that like didn't like it. So I think I've seen one other negative review
Yeah.
about it, but everyone else is like, oh my gosh, it's so good. And I was like, not my fave. But I also don't like paranormal, so that could just be a me thing.
yeah.
Like, it was basically games and trials in this like hotel thing
Oh,
with
I remember
ghosts
you
and
saying
stuff,
that.
and I just
Yeah.
didn't like
I
that,
don't
and like
paranormal
devils, and
stuff.
I have a
Oh,
problem with that personally.
Yeah, no.
So just not my thing.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel the same way about Spark of the Everflame.
Which is
I'm seeing
interesting.
it everywhere.
Mhm.
Spark. So it's Spark and then Glow. Spark,
And then heat, right?
very overhyped.
Yeah.
I liked the last 10 chapters and it was short. So
Yeah.
part of me is like, could you have fit this into one book? Because the first
Yeah.
one is super short. I just started Glow and it,
Does
no.
it just
yes, Glow is the second
does
one.
it just go right into it?
It goes straight into it.
So they could have just made it one book.
And so I'm hoping that this one redeems the first one, but the first one, very overhyped.
So are you going to finish the series if you don't like this one?
If I don't like this one, probably not.
Okay. And there's only 3 books right now, right?
The fourth one, I think, is coming out soon.
Okay.
Well,
that's
if you
not
don't like it, I know I probably won't like it.
It's not on my list.
So
It's not high on
It's
my
the
list now that
same
you've said
start.
that.
Poor girl. Her dad, like
So
they're
over
literally
that.
in a place where like you don't get food. Her mom
Sarah's?
though. Okay, so the other thing that's interesting is like how the magic works and like the where they live. Apparently, gods came down and like wanted to be with mortals, so that they created like this own like kind of people, and
Yeah.
the descended are descendants of the gods and the mortals, and they all
Okay.
have magic. But then there's mortals.
So they're like demigods, essentially.
Yes, and there's
Okay.
different types of magic in different sections of the place. and the girl's mom worked as a healer for the royals, and it was very secretive, and then she disappears. And I won't like tell you what all happens, but like the daughter, like she's mortal.
Yeah.
Mortal. And so like the pieces of it are different that I haven't read before, but it's like the same approach.
Yeah.
Which I think is why I was like, oh my gosh, like, but I'm very interested in the male main character. Like,
okay.
I like him.
Is Luther the main character? Main character? Okay,
Luther.
I've heard of him.
I really like him.
Because she's with another man at the beginning.
And so that's what, like, that threw me off because I was like,
I thought it was Luther. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting.
That part is good. But I'm just hoping it picks up because it was really just like, ugh.
Okay. Underhyped, I think, is One Dark Window.
I'd say appropriately hyped.
I've seen where people have done the appropriately hyped and underhyped, and they've said that One Dark Window is overhyped.
What?
And
I don't think it's overhyped.
I trust nothing you say now.
Absolutely not.
Nothing.
It's under, if not appropriate, because I feel like there's a lot of people that really.
There's
like
a lot
it.
of people that like it, but
it should be hyped.
It should be hyped more.
I think the people in the fantasy world love it. People outside of that are probably like, it's overhyped. But I'm like, no, you have to have like a
fantasy background.
Yes.
I wouldn't suggest it to like my friends like that don't like fantasy immediately.
Right. But
there
if
are other
you
ones
read fantasy, you should read this book.
Yeah.
One of my favorite duologies. Probably of all time.
Oh, it's my favorite duology.
Absolutely. Like, and if you say you don't like it, I'm sorry. I don't trust your opinion on books. So
I'm so excited for her new book to come out.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
Oh,
me too.
I'm gonna like wipe my to read like, clean and just
read it.
When does it come out again?
My birthday, May 20th.
May, right?
Yep.
Oh,
on my actual birthday.
Our June book club.
Ooh, we should.
So down for that
because it's like right at the end of May, so we can make it our June book club.
No, that would be good.
Okay. I am so down for that.
We don't give you a choice in June. I am so sorry.
Sorry.
I still got to narrow down my 3 because I've got like 4 or 5 books I'm considering, so it'll be interesting for May.
I'm excited because you'll always bring the ones that like me and Kaylee would have never read.
So I have 3 I want, but I really want to do 2 fantasy. But right now I have 2 romance that I want to do. So I'm like, I don't know.
Oh,
You
but I have
2 romance.
Love Letter to Whiskey.
Oh yeah.
Magnolia Parks.
I've been wanting to read
is that. The one with the weird cover?
Yeah, and it's also I've heard it's similar to Binding 13. Like as far as
my friend read it,
depth,
and I need to
Loved
ask
it?
her. No, she did not
I've
like it.
I've never heard. I've heard everyone loves it.
Really? I need to ask her. But we were just talking about it last weekend, and because a couple weekends ago, and I was like, "Is that the one that has like the weird like?"
There's 2 covers
thing on the cover. Okay,
there's a cuter cover.
And
than that.
she said it had something to do with like because apparently the couple like just he cheated on her, and then they just like cheat on each other. Like it's a like she just didn't like the relationship between the 2 people.
So the series is weird because you have Magnolia Parks and you have Daisy Hates.
Okay.
And I'm assuming it's 2 different characters, but they alternate books. So like you have a Magnolia Parks book and then a Daisy Hates book. Magnolia Parks, Daisy Hates. There's like 5 books. And they alternate from what I understand. And so I don't know if maybe the other side of the story would be different. I don't know. But I've heard everyone loves it.
After that.
Is Julian the main character?
I've been wanting to read that.
That sounds familiar.
I think it's Julian. And Magnolia.
I like it. I need to ask her if she read the other ones.
Well, ask her if it's a good book club pick because there's like 4 I'm picking between.
I think it'd be a good book club pick.
I think so
to be
too.
honest.
And then On Wings of Blood was the other one I was thinking
I
of.
want to read that one so
I do
bad.
too.
That's the one I told you that I saved for you.
And then I sent it to you. I was like, this one looks really good.
Have y'all seen
That's so funny.
this one is all over TikTok. In a couple months we should do another like overhyped, underhyped.
Yeah, for sure.
Have y'all seen this one is Blowing Up Firebird? Have y'all seen that one yet? This one I've seen so much. People are
I've never heard of
with
that.
it. It's like Romanian culture. They say it's so good. And
Interesting.
It's fantasy.
I need to look at that one.
Oh, it doesn't come out. Oh, it just came out.
Oh,
April 8th.
That's this week.
Comes out Tuesday.
A
Gosh,
deluxe
there's a lot of
edition.
big books coming out this week.
Tuesday.
Dang.
I'm excited. Okay, so another underhyped, because this will always be in my conversations of underhyped, is the Kingdom of Lies series by Stacey Stark. Every single time. For all you haters that are like, oh, it's ACOTAR. No, it's not. It's not. It is. It's on its own.
It's not the same.
It's so good. Stop thinking it's going to be ACOTAR. That there is Fae, but like, I would think that, especially in the fantasy world, that this one would be talked about more.
Yeah.
Because anytime I'm like going through TikToks and I'm seeing people recommend fantasies, like if you like this, and I never see that book or that series.
Interesting.
And the first one's A Court That's Cruel and Lovely, and I mean, I fell in love with the characters.
That's so
Prisca
interesting.
and Lorian, they're so good. And so, if you're looking for any series,
That's a good one.
Lorian
really
is a top notch.
he is like honestly one of like top 10 book boyfriends.
Yeah.
Is
Gosh.
Lorian.
Okay.
Love
Good
him.
to know.
Love
I need to read it.
Lorian.
Yes.
So y'all want to end on variation?
Ooh,
Variation.
yes.
I would say appropriately hyped.
I'd say appropriately hyped. Yeah.
Okay, I don't see it a lot. So for
I've
me,
seen
I
it's
did
kind
when
of
it
Underhyped.
first came out. I feel like it was all over the
And then
place.
it kind of
Yeah.
just like trickled down
Yeah.
because of
So
Onyx
maybe
Storm, I
under-
guess. But
probably.
like,
So maybe
I
a little
think it's
underhyped.
pretty appropriately hyped.
Yeah,
I've seen
I
it
do
a
too.
pretty good bit, and I liked it a lot.
I liked it too.
that was in knowing it's written by Rebecca Yarros. Like, I don't put it in the same category as Fourth Wing. Like,
Oh,
even though it's
absolutely
written by the
not.
same author,
Yeah.
it's so weird to me how she can do
So different.
Yeah.
such completely different things.
But
And she does it so well.
She's
Like,
the queen
so
of
well.
plot bombs.
Yes. Oh
Like,
my gosh. Yes.
Literally, variation was like bomb, 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 bomb.
And
the
then it was
first like 4
oh,
chapters.
that's a fake
Easter
bomb.
egg. Easter
Like,
egg. Easter egg.
so
like, oh,
good.
you thought that you just got pop bombed? Yeah, just kidding. That's not real. Like,
if you
Yeah.
were
I
not
hate
hooked in
that.
the first 3 chapters, I genuinely don't understand.
I know.
why.
It was so
Yeah,
good.
there was so much
So crazy.
going on in that
so
book.
good. So read that one if you like contemporary
yeah.
romance.
Like I feel like One True Loves had me hooked from the first
Yes.
chapter.
Yeah, it did.
Because of the ending of the first chapter, and
Yeah.
I was sucked in.
I still think
So
it's funny that you picked that one immediately.
I know,
after.
but I'm happy I
was
did.
so funny.
But the variation, I feel like it sucks you in immediately.
Yeah.
And like
And then
from
you're
the
like,
first chapter, you're
Yes.
like, what's happening?
Okay, that was
happening?
yours truly. It
Oh, yeah, I
usually
can see
takes
that.
me 3 or 4 chapters. I was
So good.
immediately hooked, and
Yeah.
the audiobook was fantastic.
It's so good.
Loved it.
Yeah.
This was fun.
That was
This was
fun.
fun.
This was good.
We'll have to come back and do another round
In
after we've
a couple
read
months.
some. Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
So join us next week. We are going to put ourselves in the spotlight and answer some
seat.
some questions
Oh,
about
gosh.
ourselves. So if
Yeah.
you've been listening since the beginning and want to know more about us,
Yeah.
check out that
Stay
episode. It'd be
tuned
interesting.
next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Bye, y'all.
All right, bye, guys.